Oh, shit. Wait. Oh, God. Oh, God. Wait, no, not that. Oh, God. No. I've been streaming. I've been making content for 10 years, chat. 10 fucking years. Oh, and I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, God. Oh, my God. No. I didn't break it. I didn't break it, chat. I went to... Oh, my God. Okay, I went to go click something on Prism, and I accidentally I actually went to go change the input for one of my audio tracks, and instead of clicking on the proper audio track, I accidentally hit my brain was just drawn to the giant yellow button that says stop streaming. And I clicked it. Oh, God damn it. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, that's so funny. ADHD brain said, ooh, shiny. There is a reason why my mascot is a crow. I am drawn to shiny objects. Okay, I am... Oh, yes, the orange ring of power. Whew. Okay, Brady. Brady, if you want, you can jump in chat, and if you want to help me cook with this campaign, feel free to, man. I'm gonna invite you to Luavara real fast, and if you want to jump in and join Luavara, you can. Hi, Matt.
I heard you want to discuss magic school, so me and KP came.
Ah, are you running away from the WoW comms in the other chat?
Oh, I'm very much playing WoW.
I've just been tuning. Honestly, I've been tuning them out, reading a book all day. So
that's honestly the
I
best
was
way
up
to do
till
it.
5 a.m. reading because I was so anxious about my phone interview today. So.
Oh God, you must be dead tired then.
What a bad.
Fuck, I didn't understand any of
But
that. Everything was coming through the stream and the chat. Oh God.
See, we were trying.
I mean, I am tired, but like, I also
like how
have
we
to
just
work at 7 in the morning, so I don't want to go to bed too early, but I don't want to go to bed too late. So I'd rather just
I knocked
find
out
a happy medium and crash.
I knocked out last night at 10:30, and woke up at like 20 after 4.
Hello.
I have no idea why, but I'm here now.
You were tired, my boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
damn,
was tired.
Gang's damn near all here.
Yeah, I guess everybody's fucking here.
All we're missing is Cody.
I was
Okay,
about to
I'll be
say,
right
yeah.
back.
He's reset. He was
He
resetting his
reset-
computer.
Yeah.
Oh, so he'll
So,
be,
like, you-
so he'll be in here in about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I'm going over things that I kind of want to happen in the mage campaign. I'm streaming.
good.
I'm streaming my my screen right now. If you guys want to see what we have so far.
Oh, okay.
Matt, quick, Mega Sport.
What?
Sports ball.
Mega Sport.
Ah, Mega Sports, Sports Ball. I say we all listen. I say we play the poor man's Quidditch, where we just it's a magic college, but we're literally just playing like people do in like today's society, where you just put a broom between their legs and they're running around.
Running
Now,
around like
okay,
idiots,
so
yes.
okay, so here
Great.
let me switch over to the magic school page. This is what
Magic
we
school.
have so far for the magic schools. Okay.
Ah.
I was thinking about some kind of club or activities that you can do while you're in the schools that translate from one school to another as you migrate between the schools. But I really, really want there to be like some kind of universal like sports ball kind of thing. Okay? I was thinking something similar to the PvP game mode Rift in Destiny.
Oh. Okay.
Okay? Where you have this concentrated ball of magic and you have to either throw it or dunk it into a goal on the opposite side of the arena against an enemy. But at the
Also
same
beating
time,
the shit out of other magic users.
exactly.
Listen, I'm ready for one of us to go full Mashville on this and just be like, my magic is muscles.
That's what I was thinking about when it.
So enticing.
That's what I was thinking about when I was talking about Rift, because I really would like there to be like something in the colleges where it would be like a bunch of buff mages just going at it.
Fuck, Josh, you're making me want to switch my character to Tick.
Now this is campaign 3, guys. This is
Yeah.
what's happening after Endron.
I know.
Yeah.
Calm down.
You're making me want to
I
play
already
Tick
got-
in this campaign.
I already have an idea for what character I would want to play there.
Same.
I truthfully just want to make a joke character for this, but I know I can never in my conscience do that.
Hey,
I
if
like
you
the
need
idea of
joke
a.
character- If
I
you
just
need a
like-
joke character, come to me.
Oh, Jacob, you act like I can't make a good joke character.
I mean,
I'll
look
think
at
about it
Freeland.
first.
But, freaking, fuck. Gil was a joke
Oh.
character.
Gil. Yeah.
He was a wee bit of it. Yeah, his name was more the joke than anything. He had a legitimate story, but he was a silly, goofy character idea.
Yeah. So here's the general idea of the colleges, okay? The entire campaign obviously is not going to be taking place in school. You are going to be adventuring around during the summer and winter months as you're taking a break from each semester. Each semester is about 16 weeks of in-game time with the actual like interaction between the players or characters or NPCs or whatever being on the weekend. Okay.
Okay.
5 primary schools. I don't know why I still have that written down as 4. There's 5 schools. And pretty much each of the schools are going off of like your strengths of magic. So, obviously, levels 1 to 5, you're new to magic, you know, they want to welcome you with a warm aspect. Your headmaster is a gold dragon. Okay? Lawful good. goody two shoes nice guy who's just like, hey kids, you want to learn magic?
The old Spanish-speaking dragon from Dragon Tales.
Oh god, yes.
Fuck.
It's so
I haven't
sad
thought
that
about that show in
Or-
so long.
it's so
Core
sad
memory
that
unlocked.
much of my audience is not going to know what Dragon Tales is. It hurts.
World as fuck,
Oh.
boy.
So yeah,
the core memory unlocked. Thank you.
You're
Levels-
welcome.
levels 6 to 10, you go to the second school, where it's like, okay, you understand magic, you want to learn a little bit more. Cool. Have you ever heard of Fireball?
Fireball.
Third school. Third school, you're finally just like, okay, you're here, you're trying to take this seriously. All right? You learned the basics, you know a little bit of extra magic. Okay, here's where shit gets really bad. All right? I'm about to teach you the side of magic that's a little bit fucked. All
Oh
right?
boy, necromancy.
So your headmaster for the third school, a chromatic dragon, a red dragon. Second school is a bronze dragon. It's just like, okay, I'm still good, but time to get serious.
Okay, things went a little off the rails there. Let's get back on track.
Sorry for burning you.
Yeah. Fourth school. Finally, you're like, okay, I can now cast these super powerful spells, and I am now able to traverse planes. All right, there are dangers out there. We need a headmaster to teach you about those dangers. What better dragons than dragons from the home plane of magic, from the Feywild? There are 2 headmasters in the fourth school. A crystal dragon, an ancient crystal dragon, and a fairy dragon.
Oh, there's
the
Cody.
Hi,
It's
Cody.
a go day.
Sorry, it took a long time for it to launch.
You're good. So, fourth school of magic is like, okay, let me teach you about the dangers of the outside. Here's what you're dealing with in each of the planes. Here's what they are, and don't go there. And meanwhile, the little fairy dragon headmaster is just fucking around in the school, just seeing what's going on.
Ankle biter dragon.
Yes.
Spider dragon.
The fifth school, I'm redacting the headmaster for the fifth school because it's important and prevalent to the story.
That's fair. I don't think anyone will blame you for censoring as much as you need.
Agreed.
I mean, pretty much the only thing that I need to censor is like big bads and major plot
Major
points.
characters.
So I would say, given your club idea earlier, Josh,
Mm-hmm.
you could, cause are all these schools within like a same campus, or are they all in different places of the
So if you see,
Because
here in the plot,
Yeah.
weekends are spent being the interactions with players and NPCs in story. When you graduate from a school, you have to adventure to the next one in order to enroll.
Okay, so theoretically, you could keep the clubs between all the schools.
Yeah, that's
because it could
that's the goal.
Yeah, because it's just probably the same people graduating and then going to the club and then making the club in the next school, and it's just self-perpetuating because
Yeah.
they like the club.
Yeah. Yeah, so like all of the clubs that you would see in the first school, you'll end up seeing in the fourth school or the second or the third, you know? It's just varying degrees of intensity because, you know, the stronger you get, the more access to magic that you're going to have, and you'll be able to put that more towards, you know, skills or clubs or something like that. It just makes sense that
Okay,
way.
what's this about clubs?
We're
think
making
they're
sandwiches, Cody.
their campaign, the mage campaign. It's a school. Well, a grouping of
Uh-huh.
schools.
He knows that.
And Josh is thinking about activities, extracurricular activities.
Yeah, because I don't want you guys to just be going in being like, okay, here's 5 days of classes, 2 days of a story, and then you're immediately back to class. You got to have some kind of attachment to the school, something that you're proud of, that you can work towards.
Gotcha.
So, to follow up on that, I also was thinking about this point. A festival that happens every year in the summer, while primary schools are out. A group of students will be handpicked from each of the schools in order to compete against students at different schools.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a martial art, a tournament, a tourney style.
Yes. A tournament arc.
Tournament arcs.
Yes. Multiple tournament arcs throughout the campaign. And then if we figure out the sports ball, then that'll be a big thing that happens at some point during the year.
Yeah.
I would probably save the sports ball event for the winter months, similar to how like the Super Bowl is in February.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I would do that.
Sounds like a good idea.
So, in terms of anything like the region or the schools, what would you guys want to see in a mage campaign?
Oh.
There are going to be mage offs, right?
Duels?
Yeah.
I can have a dueling club.
Good.
I feel like that would
sounds
be
awesome. Yeah.
I feel like that's something people like. I think
That'd be
also, yeah, you like your niche interest clubs would be a good idea. I think it's a good idea before we start that campaign is to at character creation. Maybe one of the things we have to do is write a list of activities that the character likes to do and see if there's clubs that fit with those activities.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because with magic, there is dozens of opportunities. There's dueling. There is 100% going to be a band. Because I am not leaving bards out of anything.
Do I just make a marching band, kid?
That would be so fucking funny.
Oh,
That'd be
God,
hilarious.
Listen, I got to keep up my thing of playing a different class every campaign.
And somehow our group ends up being a whole bunch of random friends from different groups.
I like to point out, though, that my natural stupidity of would only be amplified by 10 times as a bard, folks.
Exactly.
This is a warning. Glickmas will live on.
Yes, Glickmas will live on.
Gosh,
So-
there has to be a martial arts club.
A martial arts club for a mage campaign.
So I would argue
Magus?
monks Vegas is
Yeah, I was about to say, there are those. There will be some of those
Martial
teachers.
class.
Is like, I can imagine there will be some of those teachers like, made.
Actually,
you know the
Actually-
dodge is spells, but can you dodge a knife?
Actually, okay. I will say yes to the martial arts club strictly because of the concepts that I have for a conjuration teacher.
Conjured weapons.
I also like it's one of those things where you do have archetypes in like the fighter class and I think some of the monk classes where they technically do use
You also have
magic.
ninjas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where
Rogues.
it's really more of Josh, where do you think key falls within your magic system?
Yeah.
Right. Right. But
Because Key does some ridiculous shit.
yeah. But dueling
Yeah.
is definitely going to be a thing. Band definitely is going to be a thing. Herbology clubs are definitely going to be a thing.
Plant Club!
I could 100% see martial arts being a thing.
You broke the first rule.
I was also thinking about maybe like a scout club. Like I can't think of a better name for this, but like an outdoorsy you know,
Bring in the fucking
your druids,
the wilderness explorers.
yeah, the wilderness explorer kinds of people who study, you know, nature, magical creatures.
Yeah. Oh, that I would argue that would be bestiology is one of them,
Yeah.
which would probably be more of a subject than a club. But no, I get
The club
it.
takes it a step further.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, bestiology definitely would be like a class.
Yeah,
That you
it's because
would
it's like herbology would also probably be a club, but be a class. But there's probably an extracurricular herbology club for people who want to get more into it.
Actually, okay, yeah. So we can definitely have that as an offshoot of the class.
Yeah.
For like a more
think of it like
thing.
you take theater classes in school, but you also do the musicals and the plays and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You learn
Well,
about it, but at the same time, you're also actively participating in it.
Right.
a club where it's all just wizards sharing all of their spells with everybody.
You mean
study-
book club?
Yeah,
You definitely need an
club.
occult club.
I was about to say the occultist club.
I was about to say ritualist club, like something that focuses specifically on ritual magic.
Yeah.
That's
Although
a good one,
occultism
yes.
could be another club.
I don't know. What is the
You
proper...
got your witches and your hex spellcasters.
Well, the rituals
summoners.
would be
and
taught in classes, like ritual spells.
True. It's very much like I think right now we're dealing with the impasse of what theoretically would Josh's system have as a class.
What would be considered a class versus a club?
Club. So I think a class would be your more broad subjects, and then a club could be your more refined subjects. So your main class is herbology or potion making or things like that. But your club is like a specific deeper dive into like maybe alchemy or like how certain plants are good for this or things like that, or how
So
to
I
grow
feel like-
certain things.
I feel like clubs are more like focusing in on more of a specific like topic
Aspect.
or activity
Right.
versus a class where it's a more broad generalized.
Like I would say there's definitely going to be some level of the
Idea.
class that's like we're going to teach you how to fight with magic, but then there's a dueling club for people who want to get better at it
Okay, so
outside of class.
how about this? Instead of having specific subjects on, you know, honing in on those types of like specialized magic, what if all of the classes were specified magic types?
Oh,
So instead, it'll be an abjuration class, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, transmutation.
that works.
And then a general course, general studies to deal with universal types of magic.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if you guys take, for example, a wizard class, you are forced to pick two magic school types that you are just not good at.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to have classmates that are good in those types of magics, where you can be like, hey, let's study together, let's compare notes.
So basically, you're turning every wizard into a universalist wizard.
Basically. because you can be a universalist wizard. Just put the damn spells in the book.
But I don't want to.
And I swear to God, if you people don't do this during this campaign, I will find you.
I've never tried. Yeah.
Oh, whatever, not a wizard.
I don't know if anyone's even thinking of making a wizard.
Maybe. Depending on Josh's
Yes.
view on the variant multiclassing rules.
You guys know what types of magic are banned in my world. You know. So, and I keep everything open.
Hey, I'm just happy
I already know I'm
going
gonna specialize in.
banned in Rusty's campaigns now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to be a specialist in illusion magic.
Transmutation.
That's an idea.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I was going to be focusing on with transmutation. So, transmutation basically says that you can. The ultimate goal is to learn how to true polymorph things.
Yeah.
Right. That is like one of the ultimate goals of any transmutation mage in the world.
Yeah.
Trades are so fucking different with access to transmutation.
This is very true. Just casually casting lead to gold.
Exactly.
So that the more what's the word I'm looking for? Work centric.
Yeah, it's pretty much like with transmutation, you can be like, okay, you know, I'm going to cast Beast Shape and I'm going to turn into a mighty oxen to, you know, help with plowing a field or, you know, something like that.
Oh, your mom.
Transmutation, you know, polymorphing. You cast true polymorph, you know, you hone in on that skill specifically. You can turn, you know, a table into a chair. You can do whatever the hell you want, you know? You can turn animals into things.
Yep.
So yeah, I could definitely see there being like a
Industrialistic
transmutation
version.
Transmutation industrialization. Transmutation industry club or something like that.
Mhm.
That would be a good definition of a club that's honing in on that specific type of transmutation to make it work in the real world. Because you also got to remember, clubs are also designed to help with real world application.
Yeah. I think it's very much that. I like the idea of you have your broad categories of what these spells do, but then the clubs are very much this is my niche, this is my TISM focus.
Right. Dueling makes sense, because if you're fighting an evil mage, you need to know how to fight. Okay? Band, those are for the bards.
Josh just wants a marching band.
I want a marching band, I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
We know you want it. No one.
You know the bards want it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I gotta look
give us
out.
marching band or give us death.
I gotta look out for my bardic friends. I gotta do it. Magical
Annabelle
creature.
would be proud.
Creatures for magical, or magical creature study. That's a very important subject to have in a school,
And that
is ran
falls-
by magical creatures.
Yeah, and that probably also
Don't disrespect the dragons. They will fuck you up.
and you can even subdivide that more with like a monster studies or things like that of like things like where they focus sometimes on monsters or magical races and things of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's where the favorite enemy bonus comes in for rangers.
exactly. Herbology is important. You're out in the woods for days on end. You need to know what kind of berries to eat and not die. Okay? Martial arts. You lose your staff, you lose your book, your spell book, you need to know how to throw hands.
Cody, I sent you a thing.
I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
All right, bye,
Yeah.
Kaio. Thanks for hanging out.
Hey, Josh.
What up?
The martial arts club brings up a interesting question that I have.
Oh boy.
What is your view on the variant multiclassing?
What do you mean on the variant multiclassing?
Where it's basically every 5 levels you get a level of another class.
Pretty much, you're sacrificing half your feats to get class features from another class without sacrificing anything from your primary class.
I guess if you were to do it in any campaign, this would be the right campaign to do it in because you theoretically have the instructors needed to do that.
You know, I agree. Because because in this campaign you will have the resources to do it. But at the same time, that'll be a little challenging because it'll be something that is not of your class. So like you guys do know that you are being forced to pick some kind of magic caster, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that was very clear from the beginning. You have
I just was liking the stupid idea of finding like a fighter who'd actually use like a spell blade or something like that. Be like, it's technically magic.
I mean, technically,
I mean, it's literally a magic school.
I like the argument fact that Blood Ranger is technically a casting class.
Yeah. If anyone's gonna be a Blood Ranger, they have to play dumb.
Hi, my name is Biggles. I come from Mountain.
So you're a
Hi,
Goliath.
Biggles.
No, Biggles is actually a gnome. I'm a menace to society, and I know it.
So yeah.
Yes. Someone's like posing as a cleric, but it's like, yes, my name is sister something, and then all of a sudden they summon a demonic being.
Yeah. So Herbology Club definitely is going to be a thing. Martial Arts Club has to be a thing. I would definitely say occultism definitely is going to be a thing because of the fact that we need somewhere for all the hags to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's your hags, your summoner, your witches, your summoners, your skulls.
It's a lot of rituals.
Yeah, those are all your ritual.
A lot
classes.
of ritual applications.
Shamans, war priests, things like that.
Right. So in that case, there has to be an alchemy club.
Well, of course. Potions are us.
Right.
We're gonna steal that store name.
I can just imagine that. I can just imagine that being like a little subsection in like the student bookstore.
Potions are us.
It's the kids section.
So alchemy, Magitech, What's the name? What is a name for like a universal place of worship?
Unitarian. Or an all house, or an all faith, house.
Is Unitary
What?
a word?
Yeah, because
Omnist.
it's an actual
What?
church.
Omnist.
Yeah, an omnist.
Unitarianism affirm unitary nature of God and a singular, unique creator.
I'm
It's an
calling
actual
it the
religion.
I'm calling it the Unitary Club.
Yeah.
A place
Here, Josh,
for a place for like oracles and clerics and paladins and the likes to go for their prayers and worships and stuff.
Of all the different faiths.
Yeah, war priests, all them.
A good like generic term for like a temple would be like a sanctuary without it sounding specific religion
Yeah,
or
that's kind
specifically tied to a religion.
that's kind of like why I'm gonna go with Unitary.
Yeah, Unitarianism is an actual religion to an extent, but it's basically just like a reversion of like Christianity, early Catholicism, but it also just means it's a unified house of worship.
Yeah, so we'll just go with that.
Yeah. Welcome to the dumb things I know. It's me, your all-knowing idiot.
But yeah, in this region, Magitech is definitely going to be a thing
Mm-hmm.
because I believe there is a couple of subclasses of Artificer that deals with magic. And besides, Artificers are also known for being the crafters of the world. So
Yeah.
it only makes sense that they know magic.
Yeah.
Crafting club.
Knitting circle.
Arts and crafts time. The Tinkerers Club.
The Bits and Bobs Club.
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs.
Careful, somebody could take that the wrong way very easily.
I never said I was trying to be innocent here, KP.
But yeah, lots of clubs that we have the idea for. I think the general interest of your characters is going to be an important detail for your backstories. But mostly, I think specifically what you're going to be majoring in will be a part of your backstory. Okay. Besides the clubs and besides the information for the schools, because there's going to be an entire system for the schools. Outside of the schools, like, what would you guys want to see?
I like the idea that you know what would be a fun idea, Josh? Just because we have Magic College. I like the idea of there's like some like little tiny rival college that's like mostly your martial classes, but it's just like it's an upstart kind of thing that's like, yeah, we matter too.
That's hilarious, and I love it.
It's like you got your mage school, then you got your martial schools. They're like, yeah, we matter too. We
Like
can do
these are
stuff
like the
too."
equivalents of a community college while we're Harvard.
Yep.
Okay.
And we just mock them.
Like obviously there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like this region's so magically developed. I like the idea that there are just some people who are just like, fuck magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Military Academy.
I could definitely see that being a thing.
Yeah, I like Cody said, a military academy.
Just a flat out, we are the military.
We're Ghoul School, and they're the military academy, and we got to beat them at volleyball. That's too deep.
I don't know what you're referencing, but that sounds terrifying.
It's a Scooby Doo movie. It's a Shaggy and Scooby Doo Ghoul School.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Such a fucking hilarious movie.
It was such a deep cut.
It
It
really was.
Really was.
Like I had the VHS in the barn.
I had the
I'm not-
VHS when I was younger. I have no idea what happened to it.
I'm not gonna act like it wasn't the most deep of cuts. Because it very much was. I don't know. I feel like I feel like the roads of this place is like relatively developed. So it's like I don't know if we run into much danger on the roads other than like wild animals and maybe some bandits.
Yeah.
You know what I also like the idea of? This is a stupid little silly thing. Is the idea that the teachers like put certain like caches or like they're dropping hints to like cool things you can find as you travel between schools.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And they make little treasure hunts for the students because they know they have to take the one specific route to get to this place.
Ooh, relic hunts planted by the teachers.
Yeah. Like they know which way you're going. They know as you transition between schools, you gotta be going that way.
Prizes for those who yeah, there could be like little prizes for those who succeed.
Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
like
It seems like the pretentious thing a bunch of like Magic College people would do.
it would also add a sense of competition.
Yeah.
Similar to how the mage exam in Freerin was.
Yeah.
Like how if you found the bird, you had to protect it.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody finds the relic, they're gonna get hunted.
Why do I feel like I'm gonna be the one? Ugh.
Because Jacob,
Because you
will be, yeah.
I really like that idea.
Because it seems so like the way this continent sounds, other than the obviously shit fuckery that will happen, it seems relatively safe to an extent.
Yes.
So it seems like it seems like the type of place where the circus can be like, I can leave this magical cache out in the woods and know that it will be undisturbed because only my kids can take it.
Yes.
And we have such an honor and tradition here at and no one else would tamper with it.
Yeah. Astria is the second safest region in Apinox.
Yeah, because it definitely wasn't Luavara.
No, Luavara was the third safest. And Endroth is being the worst.
Yeah.
Valicid here is the safest region.
Oh. See, now that I think I've decided on doing a bard, I have some interesting ideas I'm conjuring up.
Okay, so as a
Brady, I'm putting you a message.
Yeah, I'll shoot you what I'm looking at right now, Jacob.
so as a counter to the relic hunts, okay,
Yes.
as a counter to the relic hunts, I do kind of want the idea of I kind of want to take a page out of solo leveling.
Okay.
Oh.
Shoot, where's this going?
Random pop-up dungeons.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've never really dealt with that. So, like, that mechanic, I don't think we've ever dealt with in a campaign before, where they just appear.
So
It would
Would this be a natural occurrence on this region, or would this be something that's like...
It could be natural or it could be intentional. So I don't know if I should tell you guys this or not.
Well, if you have to think about it, don't.
yeah, if you have to think about it, don't.
We like the idea. Leave it at that. Do with it what you want.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna roll with the idea, and I'll debate whether or not I want to tell you guys that little tidbit of the campaign.
Yep.
Yeah, random pop-up dungeons that will have a reward at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Gold, weapons, things you can sell, that
Yeah.
nature.
Yeah. You know, it could be natural, it could be purposeful. Like the dungeons could definitely be like a test. You know, it could be something that the conjuration and illusion professors would be like, all right, here's a dungeon, beat it and you pass. Professor, what happens if we die in there? Skill issue.
Get good.
Fucking.
It could be like an extra credit
What do
thing.
you want us to do about it?
Oh, an
It
extra
could be
credit.
like
An extra credit thing
like-
would be interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
It could be like an extra credit thing because, like, you don't have to do this if you are willing to take the risk and do this and succeed. You then achieve higher stand. You get
You get
extra
bonus
credit.
points. Yeah, you get
Or
bonus
it could be
points.
used as a punishment.
That too.
Yeah.
But
You
each
go to
but
the
each
BDSM
dungeon
chamber.
but each dungeon has its own special ability
Yeah.
itself. So at higher tiers, you could be like, oh, you walk into a dungeon and then all of a sudden all of your evocation magic is dead. That would be a dick move.
That
would.
really would be a dick move.
Be a real dick move for her to cast them out right now.
Real dick,
Dick
move.
Let me think. What else is there that we can throw into the world?
Trying to think. All right, everyone. Think of your favorite anime tropes.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, I already sent Brady and freaking that here one of them.
Oh yeah, you did.
Jacob?
Apps.
Yes.
That is my idea for the character.
I'm trying to
Pick,
Should I
but
say it?
better.
Should I say it?
Yes.
You want to?
All right, Armstrong.
Armstrong, like from Seven Deadly Sins?
Nope.
No.
The
From
best
Full Metal
Armstrong.
Alchemist.
FMA.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know
wait a minute. Armstrong.
It's the transmutation of the Armstrong family.
That's right. That's right. I gotta rewatch FMA.
Fucking right.
No, I'm just gonna go watch the blooper reel again.
That was so funny.
I love that.
Let's all stare at the door now.
Oh dear. Dave just. Oh no, that's from earlier. Never mind. It just randomly showed that it is there now, so I thought it was actually new. It's not that new. I mean, it is and it isn't.
I don't know, some random things that you could put into a Magic campaign is just crazy. Because there are just so many possibilities.
Yeah. In truth, you are correct. But I think the idea of clubs and extracurriculars and things of that nature are a good call.
We have the tournament arc and the sports ball event every year.
And not to mention, there might be, like, with the duelings, there might be, tourneys with those, not in the terms of, like, actually destroying each other, but more of, like, objectives.
Right.
Like, let's say, capture the flag or take over someone's base. As in, what's that one anime?
Oh, the Misfit Demons Academy. They have that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Misfit.
That's what I was thinking of.
Misfit of Demon Academy. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Because that whole system was actually pretty intriguing. Where you make a fort, quote unquote,
Out of
and then your job
pure magic.
And then your job is to protect that fort and also offensively do it. Because it's a strategy game. Because I feel like any Magic-esque game would be a game of strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're completely right about that.
Yeah, so like add in like a lot of strategic elements in there. Like how in my first iteration of my campaign where I added in the elemental puzzle on you guys, where the crystals would react to the right element. And only then would something be activated, unlocked, or etc.
Yeah, that would be something. So that would be something that you would put in like one of the pop-up dungeons.
Yeah. But the teachers could use it as an example, as like a brain teaser. Yeah, or you could send your students into a maze.
We all know how mazes are dealt with.
You all know how I like my mazes.
I know,
you.
that's why I brought it up.
You, Josh. Fuck you. Fucking Dick Island. That was a good, half hour? 45 minutes for me and Dave?
For you and Dave. That's it.
We tried building a boat to get off the fucking island, and it magically turned into a dick.
That was a good joke campaign. I like that one. But yeah, like random things that you can put into the world. Something similar to like Phalars, for example. You can have like giant farms of like, people growing like magical plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Agriculture in this region is fucking ridiculous.
No, I fully believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of so in Avowed, they had one of the because I don't think I'm the only one who played Avowed in here. In Avowed, they had a whole region that were necromancers, and they used skeletons and zombies to tend the farms.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's an idea. Yeah, I'm trying to think of more trophy things, but I'm sure we have plenty of time to think of dumb things.
Oh yeah, especially for this campaign,
Mhm.
plenty of time. Just random. I'm just coming up with like the general idea of what you guys would want to see in a campaign like this.
I think for the most part we got all of our thoughts out. Unless anyone else has anything they think they really want to add.
Not that I can think of.
Actually, that kind of brings up a good point. With a safe region ran by dragons and magic schools, you know, students running around all over the goddamn region.
Mm-hmm.
Would there really be a point for an adventurers guild?
I don't think so.
I would argue no. There really isn't a point. Like, because when these kids graduate, they're most likely...
I would say there actually kind of is, just in the off chance of, like, you know, like certain magical creatures get loose or whatnot.
So more like animal control than an adventurers guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's truthfully, it's more of the idea of what do these guys do after college? What do these guys do after mage school? Do they just go about their daily life now that they're a full-fledged mage in their field? I mean, they could go off and be adventurers, but I would still argue that it's like...
Well, here's the problem with that then. Like, when you get to the third school of magic, you're already at the level of being a teacher. If you make it to the fourth school, you're basically receiving letters from royalty asking you to be an archmage for a kingdom.
Yeah, fifth school is fuck you, I do what I want.
If you manage to get to the fifth school, you don't give a shit about this world. You're not even on this plane anymore. You're out fucking around with the Fae, probably.
So, the way you gotta look at it is this way. The adventurers are no longer high end. They're a lower class. And what they basically do is they run around and do errands.
Hard labor.
Oh god. Just an adventurer guild full of errand boys.
Pretty much. Oh, you have a missing cat? I'll go find your missing cat. Oh, you need
It's
your
true, though.
yard cleaned up? I'll clean up your yard. It's
This-
like,
this
think of it as more of a
fucking
work
All around
force.
handyman.
Yeah, they're a small time. Let's do some random jobs for people.
At that
Like
point,
for instance,
at that
cleaning
point,
up the
it's,
sewer system.
yeah. At that
Poop
point,
patrol.
it's not even an adventurers guild at that point. Then it's literally just a community board.
So what it is there used to be a need for an adventurers guild, but
My cat
because
got
of the
stuck in
dragons and
tree.
everything like that taking over and everything, and the world becoming peaceful, the need for adventurers has dropped, but they haven't wanted to drop it entirely.
Because I like the idea of it's more like fairy tale guilds.
It's one of those things where it's
I unfortunately have not seen
It's a part of history.
a lot of Fairy Tale.
I mean, the basic concept of fairy tale is that all these magic users are just basically in their own independent like organizations, and the centralized government sends out requests for them to do things. So instead of
Right.
a centralized adventuring agency, it's these group of mages and individuals who fight with a certain group, and you get more or less renowned based on how good you're. It's like any guild system. So instead of a centralized, think of the solo leveling guilds like that. Like you have your super top tier ones because they have super strong magic people in them, but then you have your wimpy little weak ones because they're just like a bunch of people who do what they can to survive.
Right. Which actually does bring up Genesis would be one of these guilds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we already know Genesis originates from Endroth. It is the biggest alchemy guild in all of Apinox.
So maybe instead of a centralized adventurers guild, it is a guild system. It's a pure proper guild system where it's you can either you work hard and your guild gets better, or but then you also have those guilds who are known for doing a bit more of the shadier stuff.
I feel like that system is highly unstable though.
Never said it was. It's just a thought process, you know? I don't think I'm also doing the best way of describing it.
Well, here's the issue that I run into with a system like that. If the Adventurers Guild, let's just say, is completely abolished, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only thing I can imagine there being is, like, a community notice board in, like, the town hall, the taverns that they update every day, right? Where they post jobs that need to be done around the town or by specific people. And if there is a job that needs to be taken care of, the mayors of the towns and cities would be in charge of sending, notices or messages to, leaders of specific fields. Because I can 100% see this region being 100%, like, close to, like, 90% corporatized. And what I mean by that is, you have all of these different, like, groups and companies that hire all of these mages and people who come out of these schools to fulfill specific tasks, to advance research and advance the study of magic or martial arts or what have you. So because, like, there's going to be a branch of Genesis in Astria that's going to hire alchemy graduates to help them pursue potion making, or basically just make potions at your discretion.
Yeah, all that makes a lot of sense.
Because there would be a company that would be in charge of, oh hey, there's a dungeon that opened up randomly and a couple of magical creatures got out, we need help. Okay, contact the Magical Creatures Guild.
I mean, basically what I was saying is akin to what you were saying. Some of these private organizations could just be private mercenary companies, which is basically just a guild. Their job is to do the fight stuff. They get the jobs, like, on top of your poster boards. They get and stopping your community boards, which maybe more local individuals, they also get these notices and can send people out from their end to go deal with things.
Right, but it wouldn't be your everyday thing. Like, they're in charge of stocking the general stores, supplying the military, you know, all of that different thing. While smaller things in town are posted on the community board that anybody can help with, you know?
Jimmy fell down the well again.
It's like, oh, God damn it, Jimmy. Call the blacksmith.
Why would you call the blacksmith? He's in a
He's-
well.
I was about to say he's probably the strongest in the freaking village, so
Yeah.
have him haul him up. Tell him to haul his ass back up. Build a fucking cage around the damn well. Jesus.
No, that's how you get to those. How they executed pirates. Or you just hung them in cages. Off
You get a
the side
wizard
of the
that can
board.
cast fly. Here you go, Jimmy, fly. Damn it, Jimmy's not stuck in a tree.
I cast descend. It's just an axe.
I cast crippling depression.
Oh no, it was super
Oh.
effective.
Cast crippling depression, toss Jimmy a rope.
Damn.
Brady, you should leave right now. Get out of this server.
Did you see the episode where they're like, I cast endometriosis?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Like,
I cast iron. Iron what?
Tungsten balls.
I cast iron. Time to get
I
cooking.
cast rubber bones.
I cast
I
iron
you dick, I needed
deficiency.
those.
Oh, I don't think any of you caught what I said.
Yeah.
I cast iron. It's time to get cooking.
Bonk.
Your stainless steel has nothing on me.
I saw a TikTok the other day that I thought was a really funny idea that I'm absolutely implementing into this region, where it's hold on.
Oh, he has to find it again.
No, Cody distracted me. I'll look at that later.
Okay.
I saw a TikTok where it was basically like fucking what were we talking about?
Oh, your TikTok.
I really distracted him.
That,
Yeah, you did. You completely threw my train of thought out the window.
That was derailed long ago, Josh.
Oh,
I don't even know.
I remember what I was talking about. I saw this TikTok that of a concept of like shops around town that I thought was really funny. A bargain bin for a potion shop.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
So it's just a bunch of unlabeled potions that it's just like a copper each after you sign the waiver.
welcome to
Could be a
Bargain
bull
Birdies.
strength potion. It could be an alchemic bomb.
What you find is what you get.
And it's like it's just a bunch of random things that can happen in the potion. I want to see if I can find the video itself. Because you would absolutely see a bunch of unused mishaps of potions and magic items and stuff like that. Can you imagine a Spencer's but for magic items?
Oh god.
Yes.
Ah, yes. This this magically enchanted, bikini armor will give you a +4 to your AC. However, it feels like somebody is, I don't know, flicking your nipple every 5 seconds.
What a great way.
And it's not even a seductive nipple flick. It's literally just like full force, just no, not licking. I said flicking, you fuck.
Are you sure there's a
flicking works
difference to
better.
them?
Okay, I can't find the video right now. I'll find it. I'll look for it later. I know I saved it somewhere. And now I have New Atlantis stuck in my head. God damn it.
Good job.
Alright. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here. This is a pretty good overarching ideals.
Brainstorm session.
Yeah, brainstorming.
Yee.
Party style.
Exactly. But yes, discussion next week.
Yeah, dude.
Discussion.
So yeah, chat, don't forget to post your clips on Twitter, tag me. And for you guys as well, go through the sessions, find your favorite moments, timestamp them, and put them in chat, for the love of God.
I plan to.
Also, finish your fucking characters for campaign 2.
I'm done. Don't yell at me.
I'm also done.
I have more on paper than some of the other people, so I just gotta get it.
But is it
flushed out
Is it in
here.
the chat, KP?
I said I just gotta flush out. You know how hard it is to come up with a backstory when you're absolutely uninspired?
Oh, I'm so
Do you have enough from
sorry.
me?
I was drained. I put my all into Aristella.
Cody, you literally wrote 3 paragraphs.
Do you want
Mine
more?
will
then
not
there's
be nearly
me.
I
as
can give you
long
more.
as some of my other ones.
Yeah, and then there's
mean three-
you. And then there's Brady, who wrote like an entire goddamn
Novel.
like partial novel for his character.
I was bored.
I'm gonna.
I did summarize mine a lot.
I'm gonna sit this one out here.
Matt, you wrote 4 paragraphs. Relax.
Oh, thank God.
Like I have nothing from Jacob. I have nothing from Rusty.
Losers.
I have nothing from KP.
KP's
Alright,
not a
to be
loser.
fair, I have everything in mind.
In your brain.
Yeah, and just trying to put it down on paper is like,
Okay, me, I just have to make mine clear. It's written down.
Do we have a game open for this? So we can
Negative.
start building.
Negative.
Yeah, we don't have a Roll20 yet.
I'm trying to figure out this new version of Roll20
Yeah, I assume that was the issue.
But as for my character, I have kind of like my main background pieces. I just gotta throw it all together in a story, which I'm hoping to do tomorrow, probably.
Tisk tisk.
Disc.
Rusty, you don't get to fucking
You don't
talk.
get the fucking tisk, Rusty.
Yeah, you don't get to fucking talk. You didn't do it either.
Me,
Yours-
Brady,
yours
and
isn't even
Cody
on
get the
paper,
tisk.
bitch.
Rusty, do you have a character image yet?
Me, Brady, and Cody get
Yeah.
the tisk.
I was
And
the
how long
first
did
one
it
to
take
put
you to
my
come up with that?
character in that chat.
Because
Yeah, you
were the-
had yours
because
done.
you knew about the campaign far before they did.
We
This
would
is awful
hope
true.
Brady had his done first. If Brady didn't
It-
have his done, there would be major problems.
As soon as
It also
Josh said I could
helps
do the
that
dryad
the
thing, I
character
was
was
like,
already
I got
What
my
the hell
idea.
is with all the fucking school shootings all of a sudden? Again. There was just one in Dallas, and then there was another one in Florida at a Florida State. What the fuck?
Well, it's getting warmer. People don't want to be in school anymore, so it kind of makes sense. Welcome to America.
Doesn't explain why they found 5 fucking Mexican drug cartel associates in my town.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, actually,
Yeah, I'm in the middle of fucking
What?
nowhere. And they've got
Minnesota's
ties.
actually
So
part of
there's
the major drug corridor in the United States.
yeah,
between Mexico
they've
and
got
Canada.
ties to a gang in Southern California that is known to be associated with the Mexican drug cartels. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen? And they're from all over the fucking state too, and they were caught here. And this is just like maybe a month after they just broke up a sex trafficking ring here.
Holy shit. All right.
I'm just like, what the fuck
this
is
gets
going
really
on?
in depth, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream.
Oh god, I thought you were already done.
No,
So did
I
I.
thought you were done.
no, I'm still live. What the fuck? I'm going. All right. Thanks for watching.
You said you were saying goodbye.
I was before we started talking about the campaign again. Oh my god. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
This is no one's fault but Josh's.
Oh, fuck off.